¿Este será?
I have found your map.
Diócesis Knightbridge. Ah, ya estamos allí. Jo. Yo quería andar por Londres. Estaría todo guapo, en
The
verdad.
police? Already? How did you know?
May we see the Bishop of Knightsbridge?
Yes. Yes, of course. But come in.
What has happened, Reverend?
What?
I don't know. It was last night, I think. I only just arrived, and I have made this macabre discovery. My God, how horrible. I haven't called anyone. How did you know that?
Holmes, look!
The Bishop, appallingly mutilated.
How dreadful.
Mutilated and killed. He was such a good man.
Bueno, a ver.
How could anyone be so brutal? Look at him. He is barely recognizable now. How could any of God's children be responsible
Oh,
for
lo es, lo es.
that?
They were evidently unworthy children, Reverend. Now do please try to calm yourself and focus, because we will need your assistance. Do you have any idea as to the motive behind this?
I haven't had time to do an inventory, but nothing appears to have been stolen. And anyway, His Excellency didn't own anything of great value. I don't know what else I can tell you.
Note this down, please, Doctor.
Doctor? But you aren't the police?
No, Reverend. I am Sherlock Holmes, and this is Dr. Watson. We are here at the request of the Bishop.
In that case, I must ask you to leave, and not to touch anything. I must get in touch with the authorities without further delay.
Reverend, when the inspectors of Scotland Yard find themselves at a dead end, which they quite often do, I assure you, then they turn to me for help. If you will allow us to continue our investigation, then you shall have the answers to all of your questions.
Out of the question! I don't even know you! I'm going to call the police, whether you like it or not.
It would be better for everyone, Reverend, if you kept your temper. Watson, are you taking notes? This affair promises to be a complex one. Therefore, we must not overlook the slightest detail.
Yes, Holmes. I am keeping a meticulous set of notes. I have created a very clever deduction board. One thing we can be sure of at the moment is that this crime was not for gain. The Reverend has informed us that nothing valuable was stolen. And indeed, it would seem that the Bishop had nothing of any worth to take.
Bueno,
Very good, Watson. Do continue.
a ver. El obispo no tenía nada de valor ni en la caja fuerte. Vale. Vamos a cerrar. Vale. Ahora eres Sherlock Holmes. ¿Y para qué me servía ser Watson? Pregunto. ¿Me puede ver este hombre antes? Quiero ver a este hombre. ¿No puedo verlo? Ah. Vale. Uy.
You can see by his expression that he suffered
¿Me han
terribly.
quitado un
His
diente?
mouth is covered in blood, and I can make out strips of skin between his teeth.
Esto ya está.
His chest has been lacerated, I would say, with a very sharp and fine blade.
Vale. Me sangre los botones. No, nada más. Sexto sentido. El dedo.
Have been crushed and violently struck.
His stomach is covered in scratches. Quite evidently, they weren't made recently.
So, these wounds were not made by his murderers. His forearms have been ripped, pieces of skin have been torn off. What do you think, Watson?
I'd say that he was eaten alive. Yet I've noticed a curious degeneration of the skin tissue around the wounds.
My dear friend, everything points to this man having gnawed at his own forearms.
That's unbelievable, Holmes.
These burns are terrible.
¿Pero qué se ha hecho este hombre?
His feet have been burned.
My first impression is that he wears a size 9 shoe.
You? But what does it matter, Holmes?
A finger. Apparently it doesn't
Uy,
belong to
¿puñero?
the Bishop of Knightsbridge.
How dreadful. This poor man was tied just below the knees.
To stop him from walking, certainly, but mostly to free his feet.
My God, Holmes, this man was horribly tortured.
Something is missing here.
Oh, yes? And what might that be?
His shoes. Watson, his shoes are missing.
No, yo qué sé, al hombre le puede gustar no llevar zapatos y andando descalzo, ¿no? ¿Qué es esa mierda?
A broken file
Una ampolla
and
rota.
blood near the neck.
What a strange smell. Chemical components, I think.
Bueno, tú eres el médico, o sea, componentes químicos.
This
¿qué?
stove is filled to overflowing. A bottle of whiskey. I can make out fingerprints stained with blood and dirt.
A broken bottle of whiskey. However, the Bishop of Knightbridge was known for his sobriety. It would seem that the brutes who tortured the bishop to death were intoxicated with alcohol.
¿Por qué te dice que no? Sí, sí, puede ser. A ver.
On this paperweight. This paperweight was used to crush the victim's fingers. The picture of Peregrine Maitland, commander of the infantry brigade of Her Majesty's Guards at Waterloo.
The Bishop of Knightsbridge has the same name as his ancestor, an illustrious family.
Vale. Coño, algo interesante que hacer. Vale.
I am missing some information. Impossible to open.
Vale.
Reverend, I'm missing something, an implement with which to open this chest. Could you tell me where to find it?
No, go to the devil.
What are you afraid of, Reverend? What is inside the chest?
I'm not afraid of anything. In fact, I do have the necessary implements, but if I have to give them to anyone, it will be to a representative of the law and no one else.
A ver. ¿Estará aquí?
A whip?
No, it is a discipline for self-flagellation.
Ah.
It's a cilice designed to bruise the person wearing it. The bishop wore it as repentance. This very pious man must have had the habit of mortifying his flesh as a means of repentance.
Espera. Coge
This
esto.
metal rod.
Oye, con eso ahora podemos... Y si voy así, un momento, si voy así, mareará menos. Ah, aquí era. Vale. Cuerda, vara de metal. ¿Y puedo coger la vara de metal? Y usarla aquí.
I am missing some information.
Sí, me falta información, pero yo quiero mi varilla de metal.
A surgical scalpel covered in blood. There isn't any doubt. The wounds on the bishop were administered with this scalpel.
Vale. Y no hay nada más. ¿No? ¿Por aquí puedo ir?
Closed. The veranda door hasn't been forced. Strange. Reverend, might I have the key?
No! You have no authority here.
ha
Let me call the
pesado,
police.
Perhaps
Estás
we should
pesado.
listen to him, Holmes.
Perhaps you should let me get on with this, Watson.
¿Me he perdido algo de este señor? No, ¿verdad? Tenemos que buscar algo. Esto no puedo coger. Eso parece que lo puedo coger. ¿Lo puedo coger? Lo tengo que poder coger. Esto tienes que ir aquí.
I am missing some information. Impossible to open it.
Claro que no. Pero es que esto canta demasiado donde está como para no poder cogerlo. No. No. Esto es como las pelis de Disney, ¿sabes? Que resaltan mucho lo que se va a coger, lo que se va a usar, y todo lo demás es como en tercero. Tío. Pero por aquí yo puedo ir.
This door has not been forced. Where does it lead, Reverend?
To His Excellency's room.
Ah,
There is
cabrón.
just a mattress and a stool.
Soy gilipollas, vamos. Directamente.
The bishop's bedroom. It is very austere. Nothing in particular here.
A no ser... que esto de aquí... sí sea algo. Que no puedo coger.
The bishop's bedroom.
¿Qué me estás diciendo? ¿Que no puedo coger esa mierda? No, no me lo creo. No te creo. De verdad, me estás diciendo que no puedo coger a que prendo fuego a la cama.
The bishop's bedroom. It is very austere. Nothing in particular here.
A ver, esto está aquí. Y hay otros 3 o 4, ¿no? En el otro sitio. ¿Qué cojones hace ahí? O sea, puesto en... De alguna manera lo puedo coger, ¿no? Tengo que poder cogerlo, ¿no? ¿Eso lo puedo coger? ¿De alguna manera? Por favor, dime que sí. De alguna manera tengo que poder coger. Es que no tiene sentido que está ahí, vamos. Con algo lo podré coger, ¿no? ¿Lo puedo cortar? ¿Un cacho? ¿De cama? ¿Un dedo? ¿Necesita usted una manita, por favor, señor? No lo sé. No tiene sentido. ¿De acuerdo? Tengo muchas cosas y nada me sirve. Me estoy poniendo un poco los nervios. No. No, no, eso yo lo tengo que coger. De alguna manera. ¿Hemos avanzado? Nada. Esto sigue cerrado. Y yo no puedo coger los putos clavos.
I am missing some... Impossible to open it.
¿Pero información de qué? Unos papeles
I am missing some information.
que te diga, oye, aquí están unos papeles que te digan, oye, aquí tienes que insertar lo que has encontrado.
There is blood.
Sí. Hasta ahí todo bien. No puedo andar en los cajones o en los... Vaya mierda. Escucha. Mira, estos dos no ayudan en absolutamente nada. Cero. Es que estoy viendo, estoy viendo esas mierdas ahí y estoy todo el rato en la cabeza que eso lo tengo que coger. Pero ¿cómo?
Watch where you're putting your feet, Watson. Have you noticed these prints upon the ground?
Madre mía.
Well, yes,
¿Eso era?
those muddy marks.
See here, Watson. Footprints can often provide more vital information
Ni que
than
no
the very
cales.
best of informants.
Manga,
Yes, if you know
puras
how to make them
mentiras.
talk, that is.
It's
Y
child's play,
Pelé.
Watson. We will begin
Los
by
amigos y el
uncovering the
muerto.
contaminating prints, which are yours and mine from where we came in, and those of our dear Reverend who was so impatient to call the police.
Vale. ¿Cómo? Pregunta uno, pregunta
I
dos.
need something.
Necesito algo. Vale.
Size 9. Size 9 and a half. Size 9.5. Size 9. Size 9. Size 9.
Bueno, vale. ¿Cuántos delincuentes había? What? A ver, el arzobispo tenía el número 43, ¿no? Y solo hay 1,44, ¿no? 44, creo yo, ¿no? ¿Qué revela las huellas de pisada? Un hombre se unió a los que ya estaban en la estancia. Un hombre se fue de la estancia con otros zapatos, efectivamente. A un hombre lo llevaron en brazos para no dejar huellas. Todos los hombres salieron de la estancia a la pata. Hostia. Podría ser cualquiera, ¿eh? Es que de esta, o sea, de la huella del 44, solo hay una pisada. Entonces, que tú solo veas una huella de los zapatos siguientes que se ha puesto, no tiene sentido. Puede ser este. Pero que puede ser este también.
Del 44 no había dos. La de arriba a la izquierda y la de abajo a la derecha.
Espérate, vamos a volver a... Vamos a ver.
Size 9.
Vale, y este era también.
Size 9. Size 9.5.
Vale, 43 y 43, 44.
Size 9.5.
44.
Size 9.
43. O sea, ya tenemos como los pies, ¿no? De alguien.
Size 9.
Dos pisadas. O sea, dos. Podrían ser dos personas o la misma persona que ha pisado dos veces. Pero claro, ¿qué es eso de ahí?
A fragment of stone. Peculiar. This print came from an expensive pair of shoes, and it seems recent. It is not a laborer's shoe. This print came from an expensive pair of shoes, and it seems recent.
¿Y qué?
Nothing of interest here.
No, ya, se me da cuenta.
I need something.
Vale, sí, pero ¿y entonces ahora qué? Había uno que va a ser el que quiere llamar a la policía todo el rato. Tío, no sé. Ayudarnos. Claro, entonces son dos personas.
Peled. Solo hay una huella de un zapato de buena calidad.
Claro. Pero 4 del 43. O sea, 2 del 43. Como dos personas o dos pisadas de la misma persona. Y esto de buena calidad... ¿Ve?
Strange but true. One of the crooks was wearing a different pair of shoes when he left here. That's not right. Start again.
Ve. Tengo que validar.
That's not right. Start again.
¿Más?
Perfect. We now
serio?
know that there were 3 crooks. Therefore, we have 3 men who came in
¿Dónde?
and left again. But one of them was wearing a different pair of shoes from the ones which he came in with.
So, all we have to do is look for a workman who likes Italian shoes.
Un obrero al que le guste la marca, básicamente.